I've seen a lot of people talk about how Fugue basically replaces Ruan Mei and that she should join Sparkle in the retirement home. Here's my take on why they are both equally as important. Before we begin, I know you may have some questions already. Firstly, I might be biased to this as I've stated before, Ruan Mei is my favourite character, and even this channel is themed around her. While this is true, this video is not about who's better or who is worse, but simply that both Ruan Mei and Fugue are equally as important in your break team. My Ruan Mei is E6 S5, so I wouldn't know what it feels like to be relatable and or comparing this to an E0 Fugue, which is what I have on my own account. Again, refer to my previous statement, and my counter to this is, I do have another account that has an E1 Ruan Mei, and I have played several of my friends' accounts who are F2P with an E0 Ruan Mei. So yes, I do know how to relate. With that said, let's begin the video. First, let's talk about Fugue. Fugue's E1 provides 50% weakness break efficiency for the ally who she used the skill on. Note that only that character gets the buff unless your Fugue is E6. Then your entire team will get the buff. While this is strong, in the next part about Ruan Mei, I will explain why team-wide weakness breaking efficiency is also important and why it's good to have both of them in the same team. The target of a skill also allows the ally to have Omni Break at 50% efficiency. Note that this doesn't stack if your DPS already has it in their kit. This is basically like Acheron and Fey Cells out where you can ignore weakness types. This allows the team to aid the main DPS in breaking even quicker despite not being the same typing as the mob's weakness. This is more important in a Rapper team where she can't implant her own weakness in skilling with Fugue on Gallagher, Ling Sha or even Harmony MC with Sustainless can help greatly in getting the toughness down quicker. The Omni Break from Fugue's skill also allows Boot Heal to chip away at the toughness bar when he is not able to implant physical weakness from his own ult. Fugue also provides extra toughness known as Cloud Flame Luster through a talent, as well as Super Break simply just by existing on the field. Harmony MC has to be faster than your team and be able to ult in order to give Super Break, even though their Super Break damage is higher. This allows Boot Heal to instantly get 3 stacks of Pocket Trick Shot, which is insane. I don't own him myself, so there's only so much I can talk about him. For Firefly, it might not be as significant unless Firefly is E2, where it greatly helps in the event of someone else on the team breaking by accident. For Rapper though, it is game changing. Her talent wants you to break elites for energy. Each break gives 2 charges and 10 energy. With an extra break per elite, that's 4 charge and 20 energy total. And breaking any mob gives her charge, which increases her break damage multiplier by up to 500% and a personal Omni Break as well. And lastly, Fugue is SP positive. Now, about Ruan Mei, weakness break efficiency is way too important, especially in a mode like Apocalyptic Shadow. Ruan Mei's weakness break efficiency is team-wide. With this knowledge, you should also know that until you can one-shot an entire toughness bar from a boss, you can never have enough weakness breaking efficiency. You can see how much toughness Ling Sha or even Gallagher can provide, so their personal toughness bar damage isn't insignificant. Now let's say you want to run both Fugue and Harmony MC. The same thing applies, you drop your sustain. While Ruan Mei won't help much with toughness, she provides the extra toughness reduction that the team can utilize. And if you decide to get Fugue's E1 and run her with Ruan Mei, you'll find that you have overall better results than just an E1 Fugue without Ruan Mei. Also, in the 2.7 update, they have increased the upper limit of weakness breaking efficiency. She also has a 25% rest spend when she activates her ultimate, which in every endgame mode you can activate it on her very first turn. Let me give you an example. Another good Harmony character, Robin, has a similar buff but it's locked to her E1. It is a strong E1, therefore the similar buff that Ruan Mei provides should not be overlooked. Ruan Mei can easily get a 3-turn ultimate at E0S0, which is how long her ultimate lasts. Even with a 4-turn ultimate, it's still only a 1-turn downtime, so it's not too bad. Alternatively, you can run the slow Ruan Mei tech, which while I do not recommend outside of zero cycling, where you put her on the Von Wax set with 120 speed and use a break route. What this does is she essentially never takes a turn in a 0 cycle other than her first turn, thus maintaining 100% uptime. Outside of 0 cycles though, you can probably opt to use an energy regeneration route. She also has a damage buff of 32% plus an additional 36% if you max the requirements of an A6 trace, which requires 180% break effect in battle. It is also more than Robin's 50% damage bonus. While this does absolutely nothing in a break team, it is another extra utility outside of a break team, such as if you run her in your DOT team. Again, not trying to put one over the other, I'm trying to show that Ruan Mei is just as valuable. Lastly, team-wide 10% speed buff excluding herself just by simply existing on the field. Action value is key in a game like honkaistarrail, so that's why it's so important. The speed greatly helps meeting specific speed breakpoints. Let me put it this way, you want to clear the endgame just for the rewards, but you're short of 1 cycle. You got 11 cycles, but the number required is 10. The extra turn that Ruan Mei gives might have helped, instead of running your Harmony Trailblazer. Extra turns help more than you think. The second point about the speed buff is, let's say you already have a perfectly speed-tuned team with your Ruan Mei. Now you replace her with Fugue instead of replacing your Harmony MC, and suddenly you lost your 10% speed buff that allows your Firefly to hit the breakpoint required. Now you got to refarm for more speed, all because you just wanted more damage per screenshot, but you ended up worsening the entire team comp. And if you haven't farmed for them, let's say you just put Firefly, now you got to prioritize speed more and it's not an easy stat to get. Ruan Mei provides the comfort of breaking quicker, more break damage, personal damage from herself when you break an enemy, delay, and speed which eases your relic farming. Let's not forget the 20% defense down from an E1 too, if you happen to have that. With an E1 Ruan Mei, E1 Firefly or Rapper, the Cavalry set, and E1 Lingsha on the break team, you essentially hit 98% defense down. Of course, this only applies if you have them and might not matter to most of the players. Alternatively, you can give Fugue an S5 Pulse Light Cone which also has defense down. Now that you have heard all of this, let's look at some Calcs. These Calcs are not from me and are sourced from others. I'm not sure where the first one is from as they were sent to me from my TC friends. If you know where they are from, please let me know so I can properly credit them. Looking at this chart, you can see the difference between Fugue plus Harmony MC and Fugue plus Ruan Mei. And this is from Lingsha Means, written by Lorendos. The full Google Sheet will be linked in the description down below. As you can see that running both Fugue and Ruan Mei is clearly better. While Fugue plus Harmony MC has higher damage if the mob is already broken. Let me ask you this, how will you do the damage if they aren't broken in the first place? Is the extra turns to break worth it for that? Now, I'm not a theory crafter myself despite doing lots of research on this game. I don't do Calcs nor know how to really do them. Everything I've learned is from others or my own experience or research. I believe that knowledge is more than just listening to a single person, but listening to several people, doing your own research and coming to your own conclusion, rather than what one guy says is better or not. Which brings me to this point here where, if you're still watching this video, don't let one person's opinions dictate the truth. This includes what I've said in this video. I could also be wrong as it's also my opinion at the end of the day. Hence why I said hearing from multiple people, trying it yourself in game and coming to your own conclusion. TLDR, think for yourself. Feel free to discuss in the comments down below. I have 2 videos coming up testing Fugue plus Harmony MC and Fugue plus Ruan Mei in all 3 game modes with Lingsha, Firefly, and Rapper as the DPS, each with their own video, if you're interested. These are purely for fun and not for relatability. The Lingsha video is already up. While these are done with Eidolons, as I obviously cannot turn them off, you can tell how much better it is to replace Harmony MC instead of Ruan Mei due to the extra weakness breaking efficiency, which, as I've said before, extremely invaluable in game modes like Apocalyptic Shadow. Now, in conclusion, Should you pull them both since they complement each other and are both equally important? Yes, especially if you want to go all in on break. Again, this should be your own personal choice based on if you can afford the pulls. As I've said, don't let one person dictate your choice. You can use it to make your decision easier to make. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and comment. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!